Do-do-do. Frauditing, auditing, I'm a poo in your shoe. Yes, sirree, that's what I do, 'cause I'm a pimp. You're a simp. I've been eating all your shrimp, 'cause I'm an auditor. And I film the cops, and I'm an auditor. And I'm on the top of the world, 'cause I'm making money, honey. Yeah, baby, you know it.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Let's see, what do we got? Lexi Ann was first. Hello. You get the first happy dance of the day. Let's hit it. All right, what's up? Thank you. And Terry Barnes, good morning. God bless you, sir. Absolutely. A Frauditor therapist told him to write letters to everyone he had wronged and throw them in the fire. Frauditors looked confused and asked, okay, but what do I do with the letters? Yeah, they would too. That's good. Terry Bombs, enemy person's highway star. Yeah. Hey, Highway Star, I don't know if you're aware, but the oldest Frauditor was on the Ray and Mr. Thomas show yesterday. Uh-oh, look out. Him and News Now Geritol, they were there. Oh, no. Uncle Artie, boycott his. Yes. Victoria B, how's it going? Great to see you. Stephen Robertson, hey, what's up, everybody? I had a great time with Ray in the game yesterday. All right. Oh, Weed Skidor, good morning, all. Good morning to you. Oh, yes. Let's take a sip of that coffee. Oh, man, oh, 7. Ah, yes. Terry Bonds is here. What's up? I always thought, oh, yeah, I saw that. It was a great time. Yep, good stuff. Oh, man. I wasn't really, I did pop in. I said hello. I could have been on panel, but yesterday was really busy for me, actually. I don't know. It's weird. We don't get into any of that kind of stuff on this channel, obviously, but I'm sure all of you know that yesterday was a pretty crazy day when it comes to what was going on in the news. A lot of stuff. And I'm at work, and everybody's coming in talking about, hey, did you hear about this? Oh, did you hear about that? Oh, and what about this other thing? And it's like, wait, what's going on? So that was crazy. And then I get home, and my daughter decided to come to visit, and it was great, but it's different now, and it's weird, and I don't know. It now that she graduated high school, she's finally, moving on, and she's got a job, and she's doing her thing. So yesterday was her day off. So she wanted to hang out with me on her day off, but I was at work all day. So then I come home, and then the little guy, he needs me to, do what I do with him, and do her homework and make dinner and do our whole thing. But now she's there, so I want to spend time with her and him. So then the three of us, we ended up playing a game together. There's this game. It's like Cards Against Humanity, but it's different. It's Kids Against Maturity. So it's like because Cards Against Humanity is extremely inappropriate. This is like it's not entirely kid friendly, but this is the kid friendly version of Cards Against Humanity. It's Kids Against Maturity. Stuff like, blank had somebody had blank for dinner, and then the cards would be like boogers or it's silly stuff. But we played that for a while. That was fun. But ultimately, I just felt like, and I know, it's not anything I did, it's just life. But then it was time to take her home, and I felt bad, It's like, she took her one day off to spend time with me and hang out, and we ended up not really doing anything. We just played cards for a little bit, and then that was it. Like, I don't know. Electric 28, what's up? Mr. Thomas, good morning. My cousin said before she pays $600 for some brakes, she'll stop her car with her feet. Yabba dabba doo. Yeah. I love it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hey, Tiny's here. Hey, Tiny, I was telling Highway Star that last night on the Ray and Mr. Thomas show, they had News Now Geritol and the world's oldest frauditor on there. You should have seen them. They were great. Highway Star said he watched it and he thought it was great. So that's awesome. But so anyway, the point is that's why with that show yesterday, I just popped in, said hello, dropped a like, and then I had to split right away. I didn't really get to sit and watch the whole thing because, that's the one day this week, maybe even in the next 2 weeks, I get to see my daughter. So I wanted to hang out with her and spend time with her. But it seems like, no matter what, there's always going to be something else. No matter what you do, there's always something else that you could have been doing instead. And then, anyway, I try not to let everybody down, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off the rails. So, we're here. It's morning.
Man, this Hezokuai, I don't know what his problem is, man. Listen, all you guys gotta do is listen to me, because I know what's up, man. I'm telling you, here's what you gotta do. You gotta insult old ladies, pepper spray people, random people on the street, find some hot dog vendors and try to get them fired for vending hot dogs, because I'm not making that money. I'm making YouTube money. That's more important. And then, just hang out in the post office all day doing nothing and no matter what, don't get a job. The last thing you ever want to do is be legit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dang it has.
And then another thing that happened to me yesterday, I'm cooking dinner, and I got a metal pan, that I'm cooking the pork chops on in the oven, and there was a glass pan in the oven too. So I preheated the oven, and then I hate electric ovens. I like gas stoves. And I have a temperature gauge on this oven, but it's the oven in the apartment. It's not mine. It's the one that's here when I moved in. It's really old. It's so old that the temperature gauge, all the numbers are rubbed off. Over the years, they all got rubbed off. So I never have any idea what temperature it's at. And, it's an electric stove, and I try to guesstimate as best I can. So I was preheating the oven, and then I realized that my glass pan, it's an oven dish, but that it was in the oven, that's where I had stored it. So I was doing the dishes, and I just did, but there was still some water at the bottom of the, sink. So I'm like, oh, I left the glass pan in the oven. So I took it out and I put it in the sink, and apparently it had gotten hot from me preheating the oven. So hot, in fact, that the second it touched the water in the sink, it shattered. So then I had a sink full of glass. So that's the other thing. My daughter comes to visit me, and it's so cool and so nice, but I'm at work the whole time. She's here by herself while I'm working. And then finally I get home, I start cooking dinner, and next thing I know, instead of just hanging out and spending quality time together, we're cleaning up broken glass together. It was extremely sweet of her to help me clean up the broken glass, but oh my goodness. Hez cooked pork chops. Did you make enough for all of us? No, I'm sorry. We ate them all. But anyway, it was good. So I made the pork chops, and the pot broke, and then we had to pick all the glass out, which was a pain in the butt. But we got it all. And luckily, what was good about it happening that way was that it shattered in the sink. So it was completely self-contained. It wasn't like if you drop it and then the glass flies all over the kitchen and then it got glass on the floor and trying to find all the pieces were in the sink. But now I'm just hoping that a bunch of pieces didn't go down in the drain, and then if the drain gets clogged up, you're going to be opening that and finding pieces of glass in there. I don't know. Not fun. Anyway, I said I didn't know there was going to be so many. No, I didn't. So let's get this ball rolling, because I got to get Mini has. I got to wake him up and get his day started, get his breakfast together and everything. So let's go ahead and check out a video. And how about some Blackheart Night? Madonna Rogers, what's up? How do you confuse a frauditor? Put him in a round cell and tell him to sit in the corner. Hey, Texas Tim, my internet provider changed its name to Haywire. It's gone haywire. News Now Voodoo must be messing with your internet, too. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's check out this video from, ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart Night. All right, let's go. There we go.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in the state of Minnesota, where we find a rather divine being known as a Sovtard. Well, she likes to think that she's a divine being, but reality is she's just as clueless as any other Sovtard. And well, she ends up getting arrested like many other Sovtards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
How are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Officer Tony with the Milwaukee Travel Police Department. The reason I'm stopping you is because you're failing to maintain lane. You keep drifting over the fog line. Is there any reason for that?
I mean, what's wrong with that?
It's illegal.
What?
It's illegal to drift over the fog line.
To drift over the fog line? What if I'm going over the fog line to avoid a bump, or because there's a car coming, or what if I have reason to do that?
Well, it's still illegal. You still can't.
Now, why would you go over the fog line if a car was coming the opposite direction? Could it be if maybe they were over the yellow line on the left-hand side, and then the police officer might go after them because they would be the ones at fault? I'll do you one better right here. Could it be that you were intoxicated and that's why you went over the fog line? I mean, it is hard to stay within the lines when you are inebriated. I mean, that's quite obvious.
Do that.
I can't do it.
Correct. You cannot.
So what happens if I do it?
Then you get pulled over, and you could get a ticket for it.
Well, I mean, how can you say that I can't do that?
I could say that because you can't. It's illegal. What do you mean?
I mean, I don't understand how, like,
It's against the law.
to avoid bumps and to
cross over the white fog line.
what if there's something that jumps out on the road on me, or there's a person walking or
I
something?
was right behind you. That wasn't the case, was it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean, I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, you're the one that stopped me.
I'm asking the reason why you crossed over the fog line.
I don't think that I was just staying on the right side a little bit, and I like to be on the right side, not the left side. It seems safer to me to be a little bit over the right side. Your lights were bright in my rear view mirror a little bit.
Okay.
I was kind of wondering if you were a cop, but
Yeah, it seems safer to be on the left side rather than on the right side. Yeah, I mean, it's not like there are ditches or the possibility of running off the road and hitting signs and everything like that. No, I can't be on the left side either because, well, there's just far too many vehicles coming the opposite direction. What about the center? Can you stay away from the right and the left and just go down the center of the road rather than endangering yourself or others? I mean, that's just common damn sense right there.
I'm in danger.
You know what I mean? I'm not really sure that that's something that is something that I shouldn't do. I feel like if I, you know, feel more comfortable right there. I wasn't in the ditch. I wasn't going over the yellow line, was I?
You were not. It was the fog
Okay.
light line.
Okay.
Do you have your license proof of insurance?
I'm sure I do somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I do.
Can I get your license proof of
Did
insurance?
you guys, I mean, like, you're creeping me out.
How about you step out of the car, please?
I don't want to step out.
Please step out of the car. Step out of the car, please.
Are
I'm not
you-
going to talk to you.
Did somebody call me in for something? Did somebody get hurt?
So legally, I have the right to tell you to step out of the car for any reason. The
Well-
Supreme Court has said we could do that. It's Pennsylvania versus Mims. That's a-
Well, there's other Supreme Court law that says otherwise, and I have
That's
rights.
Oh, do tell. Please do tell us what overrides Pennsylvania versus Mims in this particular scenario, because we would all like to know. But if you can't identify it, then you probably pulled it out of your ass.
Step out of the car.
I have rights. Are you?
Close.
Can you read me my rights, please?
Step out of the car.
If you're gonna, if you're taking me out of my car, I need you to read me my rights.
Step out of the car. You're going to get pulled out.
Can I just give you my license and insurance like you asked?
Step out of the car. You're going to get pulled out of
I
the car.
don't feel like I need to get. Why would you pull me out for this? What did I do?
Unlock your squad.
What did I do?
Step out of the car.
What did I do? I can give you an ID. I didn't refuse that. I did not refuse that. I will. Will you give me a minute and shut your lights off?
No.
You know, this is like I have rights, and you're kind of violating it. It's like you have no right to stop me over something.
Are you like a sovereign citizen or what?
Yeah. No, not a sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. Why would you say that even?
Well, because a lot of people identify with like a sovereign citizen movement. Are you like what do you call yourself?
I call myself a
Are you
divine being, I guess.
Okay. A being?
A divine being. Are you going to take this?
Yeah, I'm going to take it if you give it to me.
I don't really want to give it to you, but because you're forcing me. You threatened to take me out of my car, right?
Yep.
Like, that wasn't very nice of
You're
you.
still going to step out of your car.
That wasn't very nice of you. I don't want to be pulled out of my car.
Well, if you're a divine being, then you should have no problem using those powers of yours to get out of this particular situation right here. So if you have them, use them. Because if you have those powers, then you are most certainly above the law. If not, then you're just like the rest of us, having to follow these laws that are put in place by the legislators that you've elected, or at least think you've elected anyway. Because as a Sovtard, I don't know if you even vote or not. I mean, a lot of Sovtards don't even believe that they're a part of this country anyway. So therefore, they're probably not voters anyway.
I don't. What?
What's wrong?
What's wrong is I'm just trying to get to go over. I need to put my kid on the bus in the morning. He's stopping me for going over a fog line or something. He's making this up. He's accusing me of things that I didn't do. I'm like, does he have any actual evidence? Did somebody call me in for this? Did I hurt somebody? I have rights here. And if you're not going to read me my rights, then why would I get out of my car?
What do you mean read your rights?
Well, why would he ask me to? You're stopping me. I have every right to keep going.
I think what he was asking you for was your identification, correct?
Is that a good enough ID?
Yep. You have proof of insurance?
Yeah, on my phone. Oh, I probably have it in my purse too. I probably have it in here. but I don't want to get out. And I don't think you should force somebody to get out for some fog line anything. I have rights.
Ma'am.
And you have responsibilities, and I understand that, and I appreciate you
My
being
name
here.
is Officer Damon Schwartz. I work for the Lax Tribal Police Department.
Okay.
I'm informing you that lawfully you are required to exit the vehicle. Okay?
That's my toothbrush.
If you do not comply with commands, you will be placed under arrest for obstructing legal process. I don't want to arrest you.
Didn't obstruct
want you
legal
to go to
process,
jail.
you guys.
Hey, step
My
out.
partner is instructed you to exit the vehicle. If you do not comply, you will be removed from the vehicle. Okay?
You're really gonna remove me from the vehicle?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
step out for now.
There's no reason to take me out. I'm complying. I am complying.
Step out of the vehicle.
I'm not trying to be stopped.
You're not complaining. You're not stepping out of the vehicle.
I don't think I need to.
have
You're
to.
scaring me.
By law,
You guys
have
are like 6 or 7 of you.
Because you're not
You have
listening.
guns.
Listen.
You came out so fast. I've only been on for a few minutes.
You have been given lawful orders to exit the vehicle. You need to comply or you will be removed.
And you're gonna let me leave then?
You are going to exit the vehicle.
What are you gonna do with me if I exit the vehicle? What are you gonna do with me, you
We'll
guys?
come back here and we'll chat. And we will
I don't want to. We can chat here.
exit the vehicle.
We can chat right here. I'm talking to you just fine.
Lisa, you need to exit the vehicle, okay? I need to make sure you're not impaired.
I'm not impaired. Look at me. I'm talking just fine to
You're
you.
struggling the whole way up here, okay?
I what?
You're crossing the full.
Your lights were bright in my eye, and I have every right to swerve over any.
If that's the case, we're gonna figure that out. Hey, please step out for us. But you need to step out, okay?
You're violating my due process. You're reading me my rights.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Oh my goodness, these Sovtards are so damn stupid. Violating my due process. This is the first step in your due process right here, being that you are accused by the officer of violating a statute, and now you've either got to pay the fine or you take it to court. Now, if you're going to be the kind of person that plays hardball, the next step gets the ball rolling on your eventual court date when you get yourself arrested. So don't go crying to the judge about your due process being violated when clearly they're working on your due process right now. And the judge, of course, would know this and laugh in your face about it.
Step out of the car right now.
Read me my rights.
You have the right to hop out of the vehicle.
I have the right to remain silent, and I have the
You
right.
have to break your window, but if that's where we have to.
Why would you break my window?
Because we're telling you to leave, get out of the vehicle, and if you don't get out of the vehicle, your window.
Is there? Can I call 911 for myself, please?
No.
You're scaring the heck out of me.
That's another crime.
That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be here for me.
So why don't you just do what he's asking?
Because you guys are scaring me. I don't think you're gonna let me leave. I have a kid I have to get on the bus. I have things I have to do.
And the faster you comply, the faster you get out of here.
No, because I'm scared you're gonna try to accuse me of more things. That's
If you don't comply with our orders, you're going to get arrested for obstructing. You need to step out of the vehicle.
your eyes are very dilated. Holy cow.
It's a lawful command to step and exit the
You're
vehicle.
reaching. Okay.
I'm not reaching. I'm just. Have you
Lisa,
seen
I'm gonna
that?
ask, listen to me clearly one more time. I'm gonna ask you one more time
Man, what's your
to
first
get out. If you do not get out, I'm gonna tell you you're under arrest. Okay? Get out of the car.
You're gonna let me leave after this.
Get out of the car, Lisa. You have 3 seconds
Why do you have to be like that?
because that's the way of the law.
Why do you have to? What's your name, sir?
Officer Tony with the Lax Tribal Police Department.
And are you acting as a person right now? Like, are you acting as like Tony, or are you acting as the police department? Who are you acting as?
Get out. Get out.
Stop! Calm down! Back off, you guys!
You're under arrest right now. Get out.
No, I'm not.
You're under arrest. Get out
No.
of the car. Hop out. I'm gonna break the window.
I know you are. I'm sorry that you're gonna be like that.
Hop out.
Please don't be like that. Please,
Hop out. You're under
please
arrest.
don't do that.
She's not going.
Please don't do that. Please move your hands.
Please hop out of the vehicle.
Please don't do that. Please,
Hop out of the
please,
vehicle.
please, please, please. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Okay, step
I
out.
didn't do anything wrong, did I? I went over the fog light. Please don't do this. All right, let me out. Let me out. Don't do it, though. Please don't arrest me.
Step on out.
Please don't arrest me.
You've already been told.
Please, no. You got it. My kids. I gotta get my kid on the bus.
Whisper yourself. Hop out for me.
You can't.
Just hop out for me. We'll figure it out.
I didn't really do anything though.
Step
Like
out.
nothing's.
Step out.
Nobody's been injured or
Don't
anything.
comply. You're gonna go to the ground. You understand?
I'm not trying to get
Hand better back.
injured. Please let me go. I need to get to my kids on the bus in the morning.
Well, Miss Sovtar, that could have gone a whole lot better right there. You turned what could have been a small fine into an arrestable offense, and well, that's just outright stupidity. Now you're going to have to pay all sorts of legal fines and penalties and everything like that, and face the possibility of some jail time because what? You assumed you were a divine being and thought that you could get away with everything? The only thing divine about you is your level of stupidity, and that is a straight up fact. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, round of applause for Black Art Night. That was wild. That one was, I don't know. I mean, as far as sovereign citizens go, she wasn't that, like we've seen way worse. Oh man. But it does seem like there's more and more. Sue Bear, what's up? Lisa, what's up? Checking out Jared Reed, what's up? Man, we got a lot of people filling up while that video was playing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Here's the thing about, first of all, I don't even blame the sovereign citizen movement for this. I blame movies and television for this. There seems to be this idea that the second you get arrested, and I mean, these people, it doesn't even have to be arrested. If a cop just like talks to you at all, right? It's like, there seems to be this idea. Hey, what's up, Leland? Glad to hear it. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. So there seems to be this idea that like the moment you get into contact with police, especially if you get arrested, they have to read you your rights. Like by law, they have to read you your rights. They have to Mirandize you when they arrest you. And like I said, I don't even blame the soft set movement for that idea. I blame movies and TV for that idea. But it really is huge with these guys. How come you're not reading me my rights? I just asked you for your driver's license. Just read me my rights. Why? Do you understand what Mirandizing someone means? Like you have no idea what you're talking about. But on top of that, there always seems to be this like, I don't know. It seems like there's this idea, this overarching idea that these people have that like, well, it goes back to, and I've said this before. They always talk about the Constitution, this, my rights, that, but they obviously don't know what it says because the entire process of the judicial system is laid out in the Constitution. And they're saying you're violating my due process and this and that. It's like, if they accuse you of doing something you didn't do, well, that's the whole point of going to court, is to prove you didn't do it. In fact, it's not to prove you didn't do it, because you're innocent until proven guilty. You don't have to prove you didn't do it. They have to prove you did. The burden of proof is on them. So because the cop on the side of the road doesn't have the proof in his hands, like, that's what court is for. It's like these people that are pro-rights and pro-American are actually anti-rights and anti-American because they don't even realize it. What they're ultimately saying would be giving the cops more power because you want the cops to be able to determine guilt like a judge right there on the side of the road. Hey, Keebler, what's up? Great to see you. Has Voodoo gotten his tasing yet? Not today. Let's see.
Wait a minute, man. The elves are back. Oh, no, come on, man. I don't even like Keebler. Oreos, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh man! Oh come on! I'm not gonna get tased, am I? Oh, my spleen! Oh, my kidney! My pancreas!
All right. Thank you so much, Keebler. I'm going to throw you a happy dance too. Let's go. All right. Yes, thank you. Oh, no. And then we got $2 from David E. Persons. How do you confuse news, not voodoo? Net slap them. A lot.
Oh, no way, man. Those internet slaps, I hate them. Because you can't see them coming, man. They just get you out of the blue. You know what I mean? Ow! What the heck? Wait, why are you doing this?
That's right. Hey, no apologies necessary, man. He's a slimeball frauditor. He deserves what he gets. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Anyway, oh, my goodness. So, yeah, man, this is wild, wacky stuff. Let's see where we're at here. So I heard, yeah, apparently, Flat Derp got demonetized for his cartoons because, yeah, I guess YouTube decided that they were too much. So that's, I don't know. I know he's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to, like, you know, do more work outside of YouTube or whatever. I don't know. That's, you know, you don't want to see that, you know, but it just seems bizarre, you know, like these frauditors go out there and do these things and they're not violating TOS, but a guy making cartoons is. I don't know. Sue Bear for the 26-month membership milestone. Baby Voodoo should come out to play.
Horticulture, hippie. Yeah, man. What do you want, hippie? Okay, anyway, Daddy, I wanted to show you a gift from Sue Bear. Sue Bear? Oh, yeah, she's the one who gave Hezokuai those drawings of me, right? And, oh, wait. No, wait, in those drawings I was getting, I was getting tased. Yeah, I remember that. Hey, Halloween's coming up. She drew this, too. Yeah, man. No, man, that ain't cool. She ain't trying to tase me, is she? Come on, the baby moon.
Oh man. So anyway, that's great stuff. Thank you guys so much. You guys always cheer me up. I'm glad I come on here every day because seriously, like I said at the beginning of the show, so much craziness happened yesterday. Not just like what was going on in the news, but like just with what was going on here and my kids and then my dishes breaking glass, crazy. I didn't wake up in the right headspace this morning, but you guys always cheer me up. Thank you so much. I love you guys, for real. Oh, yeah. Woo. Anyway, let's get into the next video. This one's longer. I don't think I'm gonna be able to like show the I mean it's almost an hour long. And we got about half an hour left. Oh wait. You're getting a Perry the Platypus one? Yes. It's not a duck. Yes. All right. That's going to be great. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm excited to see that one. Anyway. Oh, wait, look at this. We got Kingston 2000 with a gifted membership. Thank you so much. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right. Yes, thank you. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know, this video is really long. I don't know if I'm gonna have even time to get into it. Flat Dirt makes cartoons. What's the problem? I don't. It's YouTube TOS. I don't know what their thing was behind it. Well, anyway, I'll play as much of this as I can because in the meantime, like I say, I gotta go check on Mini Hez anyway. Let's see how his morning is going. Get him all started. He might have fell back asleep. I don't know. So let's get this NCR video going. It's about Long Island Audit. Let's hit it. All right. Here we go.
Let's enjoy today's video.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you just fine, fine. So I wanted to bring you on. I have been on your channel before. If you guys would like to watch that discussion, Izzo had me on his channel and gracious enough to have me on his channel. I will leave a link to that video and all of his social media in the description below. But I wanted to bring him on the channel because he has been covering and talking about the Fahey situation. And, I follow you on Instagram, YouTube, and everything. And you broke down the video. You did a breakdown of the incident. But also, you have been talking about all the backlash you've been receiving in your DMs regarding this.
Oh, poor baby.
So if you want to just give me first like your overall view on the Fahey incident, and then we can get into like what people have been saying.
Well, I've said it to begin with. I said with the Fahey incident, you're lucky you're still alive. If you had gone by yourself, I 100% would have believed that you would have been killed. There's no question in my mind. I watched the Fahey incident, and when it comes down to First Amendment auditors, I was very public about this years ago when I first started covering the content. I wasn't a fan of First Amendment auditors. I had thought for the most part that they were instigators going on YouTube and whatnot, and capitalizing it. I'm a capitalist. I think that's a great, profession.
Now, as you can clearly see, there are some things we need to talk about. The first is the rage baiting comment he made of saying, if Sean would have went by himself, he would have been shot. He would have been unalived. That is a statement you can't predict or make without knowing that for certain. But there is something else you brought up. Frauditors, First Amendment frauditors who go and antagonize law enforcement and government officials. That's what they do. That's their whole thing. When I first started out my channel, I was sent a video that was done by Tones Overthinks It, where he exposed Michigan Constitutional Crusader, Spanky Pants, and Broken System, Broken Trust going to a coroner's office and them chewing him out because he talked to the cops because they said in their own words they wanted the cops to think they were a threat. That's what they wanted. Instead of being transparent, they admit that they wanted to have a confrontation for their channels. That's what this whole thing was about. But this guy, this Dominic guy, who may or may not have been a former law enforcement officer, I don't know, is saying these rage-baiting statements. And Sean is encouraging it, and he's fanning the flames of it. For what? To get more money for his grift.
And then I started to see that First Amendment auditors are legitimately exposing a massive, inconceivable problem in the United States.
It's false.
How we have cops who do not know what the First Amendment is blows me away. So I'm watching your stuff, and you know, I told you this before. When I first saw you, I lumped you in with every other person out there. You know, oh, he's an instigator. Then I watch your stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. As time went on, what blew me away with the Fahey incident was that you exposed more in that incident about bad law enforcement than any other thing you'd ever done. You exposed the hypocrisy of crime occurred. You exposed how cops will stretch the truth with the evidence and facts that are there to manipulate the story that they want to tell. You're exposing how due process doesn't exist. The Fahey incident, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important First Amendment auditor incidents we've had yet, that will expose law enforcement as time goes on. And it calls for massive change.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because this doesn't expose anything. This doesn't expose corruption. This doesn't expose a lack of transparency. This doesn't expose a lack of due process. What this exposes is how far Sean's willing to go and push the limits. We all know Sean and his famous billboard truck by now, the one that he grifted for, so he could go and take it on the road and go to police and government officials' houses and try to embarrass them. I mean, we've seen him take it to the police chief of Nassau County in New York. We've seen him go to Fahey's house. We've seen him go to the Connecticut State Troopers. We've seen him go to the city council meetings. We've seen him go even to the head of the Connecticut State Troopers with this truck. He hasn't exposed anything. All he has shown us is he's willing to manipulate. He's willing to share false information and enrage people to join his cause. This isn't about transparency. For Sean, it's about money. He's not a journalist. He doesn't follow the ethics or standards of journalism. He follows the rules and policies of YouTube because he's a content creator. That is what he is. That's what I am. That's what everybody who puts a video up on YouTube are. They are content creators trying to create content for their channels.
In the totality of the whole thing, I think 100%, even leading now with his arrest for disorderly conduct, it's not enough. I think you have a cop who did an action that any other citizen, if 5 cops pulled up on, they would have him proned out, all guns pointed at him on the ground, and that didn't happen. You again, I'll blow you on your own channel.
Hey, phrasing.
You put yourself in more harm's way than anybody else I've seen yet. I'm shocked you're still alive, thanks to your cameraman. And you exposed more of the tragic side of law enforcement than people are seeing right now. That's a general side of it. And we can get into his case, what he did, how he broke the law. If this was Illinois, I don't know what the law is for Connecticut, but that was assault, especially with a deadly weapon. It was aggravated assault, leveraging his position for threats, instigating. There's so much he did that violated the law, but he got arrested for disorderly conduct.
So you've been covering this story, but yet you still don't know the laws for what happened, and you're supposed to be a former cop. I mean, I've never been a cop. I've never been in law enforcement. I've never worked for the government. I've never worked for any branch of law enforcement, government, or anything. But yet, when I cover a video and I cite a state law, I simply just Google it. I look for that information. It's not that hard to find. But if you've been covering this, you should have that information still ready for you. I keep my notes, so I know if I have to recover something, I have it. Where are your notes on this? If you've been covering this story as it's been going on, you should have those notes. You should have those laws. You should have those statutes that you can pull up and say, oh, wait, hold on. I need to look this up real quick. And you can share it. Instead, you're trying to compare it to a state where the laws are different. Every state has different laws. That falls under the 10th Amendment. But no, you don't want to do that. You just want to ride Sean's coattails. You want to praise him because he has a larger platform than you, and he's giving you an opportunity to shill your channel on it. Let's be honest here. That's what this is. It's rage baiting and for you to shill your channel.
Which shows how absolutely screwed the system is.
Yeah, and he was just arraigned. I couldn't be there as the victim of this disorderly conduct. I just want to say disorderly conduct is just something that they put out there to appease the masses and say, look, we charged him with something. I think he should have been charged with disorderly conduct, brandishing of firearm, threatening, reckless endangerment, everything. I've since done a lot of investigating work towards this individual, and a lot of people in law enforcement has reached out to me that worked with this individual, said that this is not like a one-time incident, that he has planted evidence on people, sold drugs to other cops at the bar, and that's
Dramatization may not have happened.
why I want to get your insight on, you were in the profession. How long were you a law enforcement officer again?
From 2001 till 2019. And right there, you're explaining why you prove my point. You have other cops who are telling you that they've witnessed this, and these cowards, these absolute cowards and enemy of the people, what are they doing to expose that? What are they doing to actually show that that's what he's done? They are the enemy of the people, everyone who actually told you that. And the sad thing is, that is in every single police department in the United States. You have at least one cop who knows how bad stuff is. They will never say anything. They'll do the whole, I'll wait till I retire and then I'll speak. And they allow people to continue to get abused and terrorized by police officers. The people you just spoke to are the enemy of Americans.
That's a very bold statement to make, to say that every single law enforcement agency in the country has one cop who's not willing to talk. Why is that? Could it be the thin blue line, the shield protects the shield? Or could it be a factual misstatement? There have been times cops have come out and reported other cops for doing wrong. We have seen body cam footage of that. We have seen cops go and whistleblow to the Department of Justice, to the FBI. They have talked to these higher agencies to get the ball rolling, to launch an investigation, to clean up their department. But for you to say that all cops are doing this is wrong. It's a rage baiting situation. This is, like I said before, this entire stream is rage baiting. He's saying these things to make people mad in the side chat. I watched this live stream, and it was all just cop hate. Now, I'm not backing the blue. I support good cops. I support good government. But what I don't support is people trying to fan flames of hatred for clicks and views. If there is a bad cop and you know it, you have a moral obligation to report that. But to make statements like this is just wrong.
Well, that's a good point you made, because at the end of the day, they're not coming forward and speaking on it. They've told me in private, they said they're scared of him, that, you're lucky to be alive. This man, has the ability, he has the capacity to kill people. They told me that they're terrified of this man, that and it's funny that you, in your little rant earlier, that the video I played, that I thought everybody should hear that. I posted it several times on my Instagram. You've said that, you're out here screwing the next guy's wife. Apparently he did the same thing, and there's a lot of going on, and they just keep transferring him to different departments. And now he's going to be transferred to a tribal police department in Connecticut, where he's going to get a job there, and they're sovereign. He doesn't need a certification. He doesn't need anything, and that's where like the bad cops go. When they're retired, they go to this tribal police department working on this reservation, where they could just do whatever they want. And this man is a danger to society.
Again, we have more proof of a lack of research from these two mental geniuses here. Now, Fahey wasn't transferred from different departments. He was a New London police officer, and then he became a Connecticut State Trooper. He's now since retired from the Connecticut State Troopers. He still has his post certifications, so he's still eligible to become a cop for the reservation that is near him. But something they're leaving out is, yes, Indian reservations are considered sovereign land. However, they still have to follow federal and state laws that would apply to the crimes committed on the reservation. And they still are held accountable by the Department of Justice if there's an investigation that needs to be launched for corruption or police brutality or something like that. It's not that they can go and do whatever they want there. That's a false narrative. That's a false statement. It just proves a lack of integrity and information that he's trying to put out there. He's just trying to put out that he's just going to become this horrible person because he's going to be working for the tribal police.
This is him right here. The picture we're looking at is him being arraigned. He's actually seeking what's called accelerated rehabilitation for first-time offenders, which he shouldn't be a first-time offender. If there was justice in our society and accountability in law enforcement, he wouldn't be a first-time offender. Again, these people are telling me that he sold drugs, planted evidence. This is what he does. He's been arrested before for selling drugs back when he was in his 20s.
Privatization may not have happened.
So at the end of the day, he's trying to get off where he does like a year or two of probation, and then it dismisses off of his record completely. The only good thing that I will say in Connecticut is that I'm able to speak directly to the judge as the victim of the case and explain to the judge, and I'm going to tell the judge, you know, how would you like it if somebody spit in your face, in your mouth? How would you think that accelerated rehabilitation is justice? That's in the interest of the people. So I wanted to get into really.
And then if I was the judge, I'd say, well, how would you like it if somebody was trespassing on your private property? And you know what I love about these guys is like, they always say, and it's crazy because like you can see it, right? They always say, if you say, well, what if I did that to you? What if I did that to you? They always say, well, I would understand that that's your First Amendment right, and I'd have no problem with it. Yet, every single time we see anyone do anything to them, it's like, comebackers, Karens, bootlickers, pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray, call the cops, you assaulted me. What happened to, if you did it to me, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I'd understand that you're just exercising your rights. Like, you treat them the way they treat everyone else, and all of a sudden you're a bootlicker, and you're a cambacker, and you're a Darren, and you're a Karen, and you're anti-American, and you don't believe in freedom and rights, and they publicly humiliate you, and they pepper spray you, and all this, try to get you arrested. So, like, yeah, you could sit here and say, oh, no. If he was on my property, I'd be okay with it because I understand that's your right. But you know darn well if somebody actually did that, the first thing you do is call the cops and have them trespassed. And then, like, all of these guys, like, they'll go to a place, oh, well, I got an anonymous tip that you guys are horrible, evil, rotten, no good, crooked tyrants, so I'm here to investigate it. I'm a journalist working on a story. And it's like, I know what their anonymous tips are. One of their sycophant, brainwashed, sheeple, lens-licking fans sent them an email. I went to the post office, and I had to wait in line for 5 minutes. They're evil making me wait. I went to the post office, and the lady behind the counter was having a bad day, and she, when I said, may I buy a stamp, she said, all right, fine, and gave me a stamp, and then I paid for it and left. How dare she? Like that, those are their anonymous tips of the tyranny and the evil going on. He's getting emails. Hey, I heard this cop did this thing where he cheated on his wife. I have a verified fact that he cheated on his wife. Some random idiot sent me an email accusing him of that. That proves it's true. What? They go wherever the super chats pay them to go. Well, that's it. See, that's what I need. I need to find out where these people are going to be before they get there so that I could audit them. That's the problem. They just show up places, you know. There's never, unless they're talking to each other, you know, because they probably don't want people to show up because they know they're coming and do an audit on them because they hate when people film them. That's the irony. Unless you're a frauditor yourself, they hate it when you film them. That's the worst thing in the world. You're exercising your free press. How dare you? Well, why is that bad? Because I'm exercising my free press. What? Uh,
Quick, is you've covered this, you've talked about it, you did a YouTube video on it, breaking everything down. What has been the you have a lot of law enforcement officers that follow you, obviously, former law enforcement, current law enforcement officers. What was the overall tone? What was the message that you got from people?
From the cops, from law enforcement, it's you're the problem in this. You instigated, and it doesn't matter how. And it blows me away. It absolutely blows me away. It doesn't matter. You could have been. It's what is it? The whole a girl went to a bar and she got raped, and then all of a sudden, well, what were you wearing?
The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about?
That's what they did. You could have been murdered, and they would have said, well, why did Sean do what he did? They victim shamed you like crazy. Whenever you or me or anybody else puts up any type of law enforcement stuff that critiques law enforcement, cops die on the hill for some strange reason. And I did for a very long time.
Yeah, that's not true. That's another false statement here, because I've exposed bad cops on my channel. I talked to a law enforcement officer and I showed him the video, and he told me, expose it, put it out there, let people know about these bad cops, because it helps the good cops get the bad ones out when people know what these bad ones are doing. The only time people criticized me over that was when it was Frauditors followers trying to still incite trouble on my comment section. Nobody who exposes bad cops online gets the backlash and hate that this guy's trying to say. And the fact that he's trying to make this horrific statement of, oh, well, they're victim blaming you, Sean, like as if you were a woman who was assaulted. That is so disgusting. That is so beneath the situation here. Sean broke the law. He trespassed onto private property. He was told to leave. He took his sweet ass time. He did not have permission to film or record on Fahey's property. He knew an incident would happen. That's why he was charged with breach of the peace, voyeurism, and trespassing.
I was a cop, and still afterwards, you can't see. It's just impossible. You're so brainwashed. You can't see what they do, and you're like, this is, we didn't do anything wrong. But I put up videos. I put up a comparison video of you getting spit in the face by Fahey and a girl spitting in a cop's face, and the girl just got tuned up. Cop just manhandled her, threw her into a wall, took her down, and everybody applauded that one, but couldn't understand what was wrong in the Fahey video. It shows we have a massive brainwashed problem with police and police supporters in America, that cops are held zero. There's zero accountability. You could do whatever you want as a cop and nothing will happen to you. How is Fahey still going to have the authority to have a badge, a gun, and have power over people when he was arrested?
Now, you're comparing two different incidents to sum up one. That's not how it works. If you had compared it to two officers like Fahey and another officer who may have spit on somebody, then that would be a good comparison. But you're showing what happens when somebody assaults a law enforcement officer. You should know, as a former law enforcement officer, that the charges for spitting on a cop does count as different than it would for just the average Joe spitting on the next average Joe. But no, you don't want to do that, because you want to incite your hatred towards law enforcement. You want to fan the flames. Look, I get it. You're a former cop. You want to expose corruption. Good for you to do that. I would support that. But what you're doing here is rage baiting. When you're trying to incite the viewers of this live stream to think that they're going to be mistreated because of the cops and there's no accountability, is false. There are remedies for people who have their rights violated by the police. There are remedies to punish bad police. They get dismissed from the department. They lose their post certification. They get held criminally and civilly liable. To say that there's no due process or no remedy for that is just wrong.
I just was passing down the hallway, and my wife had she was watching an O.J. Simpson documentary on Netflix, and I saw Mark Furman, and I'm like, I can't believe that Mark.
I'll tell you what, too, on that same point, because I get this all the time, right? Watching these videos and hearing these guys talk about this stuff, and it's like when a cop gets in trouble, when any corrupt politician, a judge or a lawyer or somebody gets in trouble for doing something, the way that, like, the point of view, the way that they see it and the way we see it is so completely different. It boggles my mind. Because they'll look at that and they'll say, see, the fact that that cop got busted doing something wrong, the fact that that judge got busted doing something wrong, the fact that that lawyer got busted doing something wrong proves that they're all bad. But this is the thing. Their argument is these guys never are held accountable. There's zero accountability. Well, wait a minute. You're gloating every time one of these guys goes down. Right? If there's zero accountability, then none of them would ever be taken down. The fact that they're taken down is what you pointed as proof that you're right. But the fact that they're taken down proves you're wrong. Because if there was literally zero accountability, not one of them would ever get taken down for anything ever. But they do all the time, and you guys know it because you guys love it. You guys gloat about it. Hey, guys, did you hear about that judge that got prosecuted? Awesome. Hey, guys, did you hear about that cop that got arrested? Yippee. You guys love it. You jump on it. You're all over it. So you know that they're held accountable. And yet you sit here and say, there's zero accountability. Like, but you're the first guys to jump on it when they are being held accountable and make a big deal out of the fact they're being held accountable. And then turn around and say, see, that none of them are ever held accountable. Well, which is it? You can't have it both ways, douche canoe.
Furman, we celebrate him today. He was a very, very regular contributor to Fox News. How many people remember when he lied at that trial about using the N-word, and they played a tape, 13 hours worth of him actually using the N-word? In law enforcement, you can lie, you can steal, you can lawfully murder someone, and there's no consequences. So if the ultimate thing is, it's a state of denial when it comes to police and police supporters. When a cop breaks the law, they will take every single possible angle, loophole, manipulation of the facts and evidence to make sure that the cop was righteous in what they did. That is always the case, no matter what the incident is.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, it's really blown my mind, the amount, because I get, DMs from these former law enforcement officers, just bootlickers who love the police, but they'll say, well, you instigated it, you did this, you did that, and it blows my mind that I thought that this incident, I'm like, I got him. This is the incident that he found, because this is not the first incident. This is the third incident where, the first incident, he assaulted me, broke my camera, nothing happened to him. Second incident, he slammed a door on my leg multiple times, took my camera from me again. Again, these are constitutional rights violations, crimes that the state's attorney and the Connecticut State Police have covered up.
Oh, thank you, David, for pointing that out to me. I was helping Minnie Hez when that came in. I didn't see it. I apologize. Zap News Now Voodoo because Sean's are bad.
No. Wait. What about Sean Paul Reyes, man? He's a hero. Oh, that's who we're talking about? Oh, yeah, man, he's a great American patriot, because he likes to ruin people's lives and get people fired from their jobs. What could be more American than that? Right, Ez? Ow. We the people are pawns. In my game of I hate cops. Where's the sound effect? Oh no, I didn't want him. I was
All righty then. So he kept going back for more abuse from the same guy. Yeah, right? Yeah, he's obsessed with this guy. It's crazy. And yeah, whatever happened to the we're trying to investigate an overtime scandal? Like that they just forgot that whole thing now. It's just he got mad at me because I was trespassing on his property. How dare he? All right, let's get back to the video.
And I'm like, wow, all right, he's spit in my face now. He's going to be held accountable for this. And at first, the double violation is he spat in my face and mouth. Any random person spits in my face and mouth, we're going to have a problem. But because he's a cop, as he said, I'm a goddamn Connecticut state trooper. And because he had his gun waiting to kill me, I was very situationally aware at that time. I knew what he was trying to do. He got away with that too.
Okay, let's play this game. You went to his property. You saw that there were signs marking that it was a private road, and you still ignored it. And then your argument for that was, well, that's meant for a vehicle, and I'm not a vehicle. No, it's still a private road. You did not have permission to go on it. You went to his property. He told you to leave. You didn't leave right away as you were told to. You took your sweet ass time. That's why you were charged for trespassing. Now, you got the breach of the peace because you knew that you going to his house after being told by a judge that you have a no contact order with him to put the depositions out because your followers were making threats, and it's been documented that they have the emails, the phone records, the letters of your followers threatening Fahey's life and his family's life. Yeah, that's breach of the peace because you knew an incident would take place. The voyeurism is because you didn't have permission to film on his property. He had a reasonable expectation of privacy on his home. So yeah, Sean, keep trying to play the narrative of you did nothing wrong and Fahey's a criminal. Yes, Fahey shouldn't have spit on you, but what he did, having his firearm, is well protected under the Second Amendment and the state constitution to protect his family, himself, and his property.
And then he gets away with it by not getting arrested, by me being arrested, my camera guy being arrested for felony voyeurism, criminal trespassing, breach of the peace, all these insane charges that don't meet the elements. And even in their report, Dominic, even in their police report, they're doing so much editorializing to try and I put it into ChatGPT and I was like, tell me objectively, what do you think? And they were like, there's a lot of editorializing. The cops are trying to paint you in a certain way. They're saying that you move too slowly. I wasn't aware that there was a speed limit when it comes to retreating. You move too slowly. You know, you knew what was going to happen, as if I'm clairvoyant. You know, all these different things, that there were no trespassing signs. And even his wife is like, oh, his wife was terrified. She was on the phone with 911, but yet she goes, Dominic, and even his wife, she goes, and I've never mentioned her before she became a part of it because they're trying to use her being terrified as a way to villainize me. She says, oh, I'm so terrified. He's harassed us. He's done this and this and this. And then yet you're following protesters outside of a police department. You're giving them the middle finger. That doesn't sound like somebody who's scared. That's somebody who wants all the static, right? They want all the smoke. They want to be there in the middle of it. You're harassing protesters. And
so since Sean wants to use some street lingo, I'll use some too. That's cap. That's total cap. Okay? That means lie. But no, she didn't follow the protesters. Okay? She saw them on the side of the road. She expressed her right to counter protest by flipping them off. That's her constitutionally protected right. Something you're supposed to be an advocate for because that's freedom of speech. That's freedom of protest right there, right? She can do that. But no, because she was protesting.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. This is another thing. It's almost time for the cupcake dance anyway, so we'll pretty much wrap up the video there. But the last thing I wanted to say about it is because he was just talking about the amount of time to leave. Like, what, am I supposed to be clairvoyant? I'm supposed to know? How to... Seriously, guys, seriously. Now, for real, now think about this just for a moment, okay? Like, seriously, take a deep thought into this. How am I supposed to know? I'm not a mind reader. How am I supposed to know that when I'm on somebody's property and they ask me to leave, that means that I should leave? How the heck am I supposed to know that? What, is there a time limit on leaving? Well, how about today? How about sometime this century? How about that? Like, hey, you're leaving. Okay. That's what these frauditors do. Okay. Hey, go, please go into their house. Don't do anything illegal. Don't do anything illegal. Grab a camera and just, when their door's open, just walk in. I'm quietly filming. Don't touch anything, just film. And then when I'm not actually suggesting you do this, by the way, I'm being sarcastic. Go in there and film, right? With your camera. Hold your camera up. And then when he says, hey, get out of my house, say, okay, I'm leaving. There's no time limit on how much time I have to leave. I'm leaving. I'm on my way out. See, I'm heading towards the door. No. It's okay. I'm getting out. See? Oh, by the way, I'm filming, which is my First Amendment right. So technically, you shouldn't be asking me to leave your house. But it's okay, because I'm like, oh, how was I supposed to? What? There's a time limit on how long I have to leave? Yeah, how about now? That's the time limit. When I say get out now. That's the time limit. Speaking of now is time for the cup. Hey, happy. All right, let's hit it. All right. Okay. Ole. All right. Oh my goodness gracious me. Thank you so much, everybody. As always, you're the best fans in the world. Thank you for joining me. Oh man, I can't wait. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh man, it's gonna be great. I love the weekend. Thank you for joining me. And like I always say, at the end of the day, yeah. I'm all shook up.